got the best of their division rival, the Seahawks, by winning 30-20 on Saturday. LA's defense was the star of the show, holding Seattle to 278 total yards and sacking Russell Wilson 5 times.
That defensive front owns the Seahawks offensive line the last 3 years. Owns it.
Aaron Donald was on the sidelines for most of the second half. Cam Akers also had an impressive game, setting a Rams playoff record with 176 total scrimmage yards as a rookie.
Let me tell you, that organization drafts running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers and defensive backs at a really high level.
It's not a bad way to draft.
No. He is really a good running back.
He was so impressive. And Jared Goff did enough coming in for the injured John Wolford to get the Rams win and match up with Green Bay next weekend. Wolford took a hit early in the game, a stinger. Goff is still recovering from thumb surgery. McVay would not name a starter for next week, and they will evaluate the health of each quarterback and go from there.
You know what?
Man, I got to give Goff a lot of credit. They showed him on the sideline. Did you see that shot where he was looking at his thumbs? His thumb was this big. He was like this. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'm really honestly impressed with these players going out there playing through injuries like that.
Listen, nobody plays perfect in a playoff game except the Browns yesterday. It never happens.
Right.
It's a lot of attrition. It's a lot of overcoming stuff, and that's what the Rams did. They overcame an injury. Not only did they start the backup, but he got hurt early.
I felt like this was the obvious upset.
Yes.
You know, it's Rams Seahawks. Like, they play each other a lot. It's similar to why I was very nervous about Browns Steelers.
Yes.
Like, yeah, their coaches out. They're division rivals. They play each other this is their third time playing. Like,
Yes.
how many adjustments do you need to make?
So the Steelers blew them out once. Then the Browns won close, and then the Browns blew the Steelers out once. So, I mean, that's your classic division rival.
If they played a fourth time, the Steelers would probably win.
You just don't know what you're getting with division rivals.
Yes, but this is why this game how it turned out wasn't particularly surprising. Obviously, you don't want Russell Wilson getting sacked 5 times. That would probably help them in that situation. But Cam Akers had an incredible game. He was running all over the place and looked great. Aaron Donald reportedly has torn rib cartilage. Cooper Kupp suffered a knee contusion. The Rams expect both of them to play against the Packers. Fox Bet has the Packers favored by 7 against the Rams.
That is, and I think I like the Packers. Yeah,
you like the Packers?
Tom Brady got a break. First, Alex Smith couldn't play, and now he doesn't have to go to Lambeau.
I mean, I like the Packers to win, but I think I'd take the Rams in the points there.
I'll have to talk to the wise guys and see where they land on
okay.
this.
Well, the Bears hung in there with the Saints in the first half Sunday, but New Orleans pulled away late to get the 21-9 win and advance to the divisional round. Michael Thomas found the end zone for the first time this season, and Alvin Kamara also scored in his return from the COVID list. Saints defense held the Bears to their lowest points of the season and only 1 third down conversion. That Bears offense was painful to watch.
I will say this, though. The stat of the weekend, Drew Brees and Michael Thomas before last night had 9 completions together. It's amazing the Saints are here without their number one weapon.
Because the Saints distribute the ball to everyone on the field. It's not great for fantasy, unless you have Alvin Kamara, but he throws it to whoever's open. Like, he's going to distribute the ball. He doesn't feel compelled to push it to one person. I actually felt like it was kind of strange they didn't throw to Alvin Kamara more yesterday. But you got to give the Bears defense credit. And I also didn't think that game was on Mitchell Trubisky. He wasn't spectacular, but no. I mean, man, can you get anything going on offense? It was absolutely brutal to watch. 1 third down conversion in a playoff game. That's unacceptable. Not that I expected much from the Bears yesterday, but the Bears defense did a great job. The Saints are averaging 30 points a game this season, so hold them to that.
Great. I thought Chicago's defense was amazing for most of the night.
Can't blame them. Fox Bet has the Saints favored by 3 against the Bucks next week. We'll be talking about that all week, I'm sure. So for the first time in 25 years, the Bills have won a playoff game. I'm really glad that we called off that bet with Nick Wright, because
I would have been really nervous.
You would have been sweating.
Hey, the Colts, say this about the Colts. I'll make a bet they'll never be a 7 seed again that talented.
No, they need a quarterback.
They are really well schooled.
They played a wonderful game. I mean, and look, Philip Rivers wasn't terrible. He's limited.
Yeah, the second half didn't make. Listen, Buffalo did what they did all year. They were very good situationally in key defensive spots. They're not a great defense. They didn't get any pass rush. But about 3 or 4 times in the red zone defensively, they made a play.
Well, Josh Allen had another strong performance. He was 26 of 35 for 324 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. It was looking a little scary there for a second with Josh Allen, and then I felt like once he broke loose on that first run, I was like, okay, he's in the groove now.
Well, it is interesting. If you watch Lamar in the first half and Josh Allen in the first half, when you watch these teams that come in as favorites, they do let the game come to them a little, because they're telling Lamar and Josh, this is what the staff is telling them: don't press,
right?
Okay, don't. We'll ease you into the game. So your first quarter with both, you're like, that doesn't look like it did in the regular season, but that's because there's more at stake than the regular season. So you can tell Baltimore staff and Buffalo's like, listen, the game's going to come to you.
Warm it up a little bit.
Yeah, the game's going to come to you. Don't freak out.
Well, the Bills are favored by 2.5 against the Ravens, according to Fox Bet next week.